Indecision's a great way to avoid commitment. It saves you having to act because you're still thinking about it. The trouble with this is that you literally become an observer in your own life. The more decisions you make, the better you become. Let's face it, most things that we make a decision about don't need hours or days of angst. They just need commitment and attention. Decide and do. This creates momentum. Momentum builds confidence and resilience. Peter Guber says the road to success always has a puncture or two. Learn the lessons and move on. Now what he's really saying here is act. Don't dwell for too long. Accept that you're going to get it wrong sometimes and be okay with the occasional mistake. There's always going to be something to learn and it will always enable you to make better decisions next time. Still not convinced? Even if you get it wrong sometimes, you're still going to move forward more quickly than those that sit on the fence. You'll move more quickly than those that don't make a decision, and certainly than those that don't act. Then there's the research trap. The internet provides endless opportunities for one more bit of info before committing. And you know, all this really does is creates confusion and anxiety. If you create too much choice, your brain spends its time trying to analyse information, assess variables, and some research suggests that that can prevent you from making a decision at all. One such example is Lynda's research. She tested purchasing decisions and found that when people had got 6 choices of jam, they were 10 times more likely to buy than when they had 24 choices. So confusion reduces decision-making capacity. Trust your intuition. This is your instinct, your internal knowledge, your reptilian and limbic brain feeding you the stuff that you need to know in order to act. And no, you're not always going to be right, but how many times have you ignored your instincts and gone with what other people thought or logic, only to regret the decision and find that your instinct had the right answer all along? Once you've made a decision, start as quickly as possible. Even if you can't do all of it now, do something. This might be as simple as telling someone who'll support you and encourage you. The reason for this is at the time that you made that decision, it's a clean decision. The intervening time between decision and action gives you the chance to undermine your commitment, to undermine your self-belief and your ability to take action. And the longer the gap between decision and action, the bigger the risk. The hard part is committing to the decision. It isn't the action, although the thought of the action is a great way of unravelling your decision. Your homework after this video: examine your patterns. What decisions come easy and where do you find it harder to commit to one outcome? Why do you think that is? Is it that the stakes are higher? Is it the specific topic areas that you're thinking about? Is it your level of knowledge on that particular subject? Or is it your perception of risk? Or are you just attached to the outcome? Understanding what works well in one area helps you to recreate that same decision-making strategy in another area. Let's face it, most of the decisions that we make on a daily basis are not life-changing. They're not even really business-changing. And for the very few that are, then yes, maybe you need some further thought. Maybe you need to seek counsel, and maybe you have to have a bigger discussion. But for everyday reversible business decisions, come on, it's time to just get brave and act. Remember, action builds both your confidence and your resilience.